Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Of the three components of experience, namely the world, Jagat, the experience itself, and the experiencer. With these three components, how do we deal with? Practically, not theoretically. So what is this world, Jagat is? Am I not audible? Never mind. So, out of these three components, the world, the Jagat, what it is, and how to deal with, this is what we have seen in last two lectures. Now the next point we take is, who is going through the experiences? See? Normally people come and say, Swamiji, I am very miserable. Then the question comes, who are you? When we say, I am miserable, who are you? Immediately we tell, I am a husband. Look here, I am not talking about your marital status. No, I am an Indian. Look here, I am not asking you about nationality. So when we talk, I, who is this I? This inquiry has to be conducted in the light of the scriptures. See? About this, there is one topic which comes in Mahabharata itself, after a topic called as Vidur Niti. Vidurji tells, Vidurji tells Dhritarashtra the wisdom in a very elaborate way. After having heard that, Dhritarashtra asks, hey, come on, you know so many things. Is there something which I don't know and you know? So, Vidurji says, yes, I know something which you don't know. What is that? He said, there is no death. When this is said, there is no death, he said, come on, I can't believe this. He said, yeah, this is true, there is no death. And then he said, teach me. He said, I can't teach you. I am not authorized to teach. I am authorized to learn and experience, not teach. This is one of the most important principles of spiritual life. Any Tom, Dick and Harry reads from the YouTube. Like, these days, many people meet me and they talk to me, oh Swamiji, we saw you on YouTube. So I have started feeling like there are YouTube babies. So, tube babies, YouTube Swami. I am born out of YouTube. So we listen here and there a little bit and then start giving lectures and teaching others. See friends, this is one of the most difficult things, to learn and to keep quiet. When the knowledge matures, it leads to quietness. See? When you take the food and you have not digested that food and it comes out of the wrong end, it is called as vomition, is it not? Now take two examples. There is one Saudi. Saudi means South Indian. And the second one is a Bangabandhu, Bengali. And both of them have taken some food. Bengali means Shandesh, Rasgulla. South Indian means Idli Sambar. Both of them ate and something happened and both of them vomited. Will we discuss? Hey, this Bengali vomit is better than the South Indian vomit. Vomit is vomit, is it not? In the same manner, whether we vomit the worldly knowledge, we learn music from the teacher, unnecessarily, and immediately we reproduce. Oh, you are a great student, the teacher will tell. But when it comes to Adhyatma Shastra, when this knowledge is digested, it leads to silence. Maunam vyakhya prakatita para brahma tattvam yuvanam varshishthante vasadrushiganahi avrutam brahmanishthaihi acharyendram karakalita chinmudramananda rupam swatmaramam muditavadanam dakshinamurti mide. This knowledge leads to silence. See? So Vidurji says, I know, but I will not tell you, because I am not authorized. See, as there is authority required for the study of scriptures, Viveka Vairagya Samadhi Shataka Sampatti Mumukshutvam Cheti is called as Sadhana Chatushtaya. So, unless these four qualities are there, we cannot study Vedanta. In the same manner, for teaching also we require qualification. See? He said, I can't teach you. Then I will invoke my Guru and he will teach you. See, friends. So he invokes Sanat Kumarji. Sanat Kumarji presents himself, and the topic is called as Sanat Sujatiya. And in that Sanat Sujatiya, it is very perfectly proved there is no death. See? Because if you see in Adi Daivik Kshetra, Adi Bhautik is a word I talked to you last 2 days. Now Adi Daivik is the experiencer. And who is this experiencer? In the last life, I don't know what sin I have done, this terrible wife in this life. And when I die, then when will I go? Whenever we talk about last life, this life and next life, we have taken for granted that we are a soul in the body, and like when the body dies, the soul comes out like a Bunsen burner flame and in search of some place to enter. And then in a womb of some mother, there is a board hanging, T-O space L-E-T. Too late. And this is small iPod, it enters there. So it becomes T-O-I-L-E-T. A person is born. See, friends, don't get carried away by this. See, the moral of the story should be understood. You know, last time I told you probably, in Mahabharata there is one story. The story is Satyavan and Savitri. You all know the story. Satyavan was the husband, Savitri was the wife. And she was a dedicated, rare specimen of wife. Dedicated wife. This is just an example. So, when the Satyavan dies, this wife fights with the Lord Death and brings him back. So she defeats the Death, Yamaraj. And the moral of the story told in that particular reference is, if the wife is dedicated to the husband, she can even defeat death. If you ask me, my understanding of the story is different. You can be saved from death, but not from the wife. Very simple. In the same manner, when we are told last life, this life, next life, what does it mean? It means before this body was born, we existed. In this body we are existing. When this body is dropped, we continue to exist. This is the purpose. This is the moral of the story. See, friends, if you have studied Vedanta, you lose the following rights. First, the right to be miserable. You have no right to be miserable if you have studied Vedanta. Then what to do with the misery? Make others miserable. All Vedantis make others miserable. See, friends. Second thing, there is no possibility of death. Because who dies? This is the topic, the most important topic Bhagavan Krishna takes in the 15th chapter. And from the 7th verse the topic begins. Mamayivamsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha manashashtani indriyani prakrutistani karshati shariram yadavapnoti yajjapyutkramati svaraha gruhitvaitani sanyati vayurgandhani vachayan shrotram chakshusparshanancha rasanam ghranameva adhisthaya manashchayam vishayanupasevate utkramantam sthitam vapi bhunjanam va gunanvitam vimudha nanupashyanti pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. Now this is the story of Jiva. See, first, mama eva amshaha, a part of me, a fraction of me, mama eva amshaha, jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha. See, if the space is infinite, the whole space is also infinite. See, friends, now here is a very difficult and deep topic, be attentive. Infinite cannot be divided into parts, but we can imagine parts in the infinite. Take for example, space is infinite. In this infinite space, north, east, west, south, corners 4, 8, up and down, these 10 directions, they are imagined, number one principle. And how these directions are formed? These directions are formed when this space is conditioned by the relationship between the sun and the earth. If you go beyond the limitation of relation between the earth and the sun, which is the east, which is the south, which is the north. So, third principle, can we say summation of 10 directions is equal to total space? We cannot. Summation of the finite is never equal to infinite. Infinite is atyatishtat dashangulam, much more than this. See, friends. So when Bhagavan says, Mama eva amsho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana, means what? Me, the infinite, when expressing through the limitations of the Panchakoshas, that limited expression of the infinite is called as jiva. See, friends, now to understand, take your day-to-day example. Man is Paramatma, Brahman, reality, infinite. This man, expressing through the limitation of the wife, is called as husband. Now tell me, is husband a proper noun or a common noun? Think. Husband is a common noun, is it not? In the same manner, Paramatma expressing through the Panchakoshas is Jiva Bhutaha, is expression of the infinite through the limitation of the Panchakoshas. And is same everywhere. So, Jiva, be attentive. Jiva is not Vyakti, it is Abhivyakti. electrical energy infinite, expressing through the bulb or the tube as light. So light is the manifestation of electrical energy. Think. In the same manner, life or the jiva is a manifestation of the infinite reality. Now go further. There were two bulbs. One bulb was illuminating the temple. Other bulb was illuminating the toilet. And I was standing there. So whenever I am there, people remember questions, otherwise they are happy. So, Swamiji, why this bulb is in the temple and why this bulb is in the toilet? Is it necessary to know? Unwanted questions, foolish questions cannot be answered in a wise way. So I had to tell something. Look here, this bulb, in the last life, he must have done a lot of meritorious deeds. Therefore, he has come in the temple and taking the darshan of Bhagavan. Okay. That one, Mahapapi terrorist. Therefore, he is in the toilet. Therefore, look into the dirt. Now tell me, when this bulb is illuminating the Lord's idol, does it become holy? And this bulb illuminating the toilet, does it become unholy? See, friends, by this time when I am talking, this bulb in the temple got fused. Swamiji, why this happened? Again, why has come? Because God likes good people. No, that is all true, but now what to do? Never mind, remove this bulb from the toilet and fix there, man. So we fixed the bulb there. Now after that, but how come this bulb has come here? Koi punya upar aaya hoga. Some merit must have surfaced. All bewakufi. This happens only because we take the abhivyakti as vyakti. We take manifestation as individuality. Friends, tube lights may be many, bulbs may be many, light is one. Bodies may be many, but life is one. Now who dies? When one bulb becomes fused, is there any loss to electricity? Is there any change in other bulbs? In the same manner, when I die here, nothing will happen to Paramatma nor to you. Life continues. All the spiritual practices to understand this. We are manifestation of the divinity. We are not individuality. It is the individual who suffers. And this individuality is an illusion. It is not real. See the example I gave you. When my wife died, where the H1, husband 1 has gone. Then I got second time married. H2 is born. She also died. Where the H2 has gone. So husband number 1, number 2, number n, these are virtual realities. They have gone nowhere because they are nowhere. Think. But this has gone so deep in our head. In one school, I was talking to youngsters, class 11, 12. So naturally, according to the audience, the topic is different. So there I spoke to them about inspiration, ambition, achievement, success, etc. And then I said, now I was addressing the students, no old person should ask any question, I will not entertain. Clear. And yet one oldie got up. So Swamiji, I have got a question. I said, sit down. I am not going to answer your question. He got very angry. Old people can get angry for no reason. He went out. After my lecture was over, I sat with the principal I said, please call that teacher. He was very angry. I will extend profuse apologies to him. He came. I said, sir, I am sorry I did not answer your question because it was a wrong question in a wrong place. He was still boiling his head. How do you know what was my question? I said, sir, your question was, what happens after death? Huh? How do you know? That was my question. I said, from your face, you are not living. I said, now I will answer your question. You tell me, what is the subject that you are teaching? He said, I am teaching physics. I said, very good. You made my life very simple. I said, you answer my question. That answer is to your question also. Because I am a Hindi cinema fan. एक सवाल तुम करो, एक सवाल मैं करूं. हर सवाल का सवाल ही जवाब हो. You ask me a question, I'll ask you a counter question. What a reply you give me, that is the reply to your question. Then I told him, tell me, when the bulb becomes fuse, where the light goes? There you go after death. Hell, heaven, etc. These are meant for us to understand. We, the embodied, are different from the body. This is the purpose. See, friends, only in the electricity there is no light. Only in the bulb there is no light. When these two things come together, then there is light. In the same manner, only in Paramatma there is no samsara. Only in Prakriti there is no samsara. See, Kshetra Kshetrajna Sanyogat, Bhagavad Gita, 13th chapter, Bhagavan says, when the Purusha and the Prakriti, they come together, that unholy wedlock produces life. And that life is a common factor. Therefore, all of us have got the same problem. Hunger, thirst, confusion, anger, greed. Everybody sees bad eyes, everybody is confused. There is no difference. This is what Bhagavan says. Who is this who is experiencing the life, or good or bad? It is not the jiva as individual. It is the play of life. See, friends. Therefore, Mamai Vansho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaha. So, I alone express through every body as life, and this life is called a jiva. See, friends. Jiva Bhutaha, I become jiva. I am Paramatma, I become jiva. I am man, I become husband. As a man, I am never miserable. As a husband, I am never happy. Husband is the jiva, man is Paramatma. And who is miserable? This dumb husband who is nowhere. Friends, come to recognize this simple principle. Then how to live in this world? Go to Bengaluru and start Karnataka. Play your role perfectly well. And after the role is over, change your makeup and be what you are. See, friends, instead of that, all the time, cause and effect, because of bad karma this life, because of this life, next life. So karma is first or the life is first? See, friends, Bhagavad Gita very clearly tells the real problem that we all have is identity crisis. Like Arjuna had identity crisis on the battlefield, whether he is a grandson, a disciple, a brother or a brother-in-law or a warrior. In the same manner, who are we? Mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, man, woman, young, old. Indian American, rich poor, life, or that which is expressing as life through every body. Discover this correct identity. Mamaivansho jivaloke jivabhuta sanatanaha. It's very simple, friends. Mind expresses through the eyes as vision. So mind says, I become vision through the eyes. The same mind comes out of the ears. Mind says, Mamai Vansho, one part of me comes out of the ear, becomes the hearing ability. Mamai Vansho Jiva Loke. Again the mind says, I alone come out of the nose and become the poking ability. We poke our nose everywhere. Poke ability. So when the eyes are closed, what happened to the vision? And what happened to the mind? Nothing. In the same manner, one reality expressing in and through the totality as life is the meaning of the jiva or the soul. But what happens? We are so much identified with our body. When we see other bodies die, we start imagining, I think now I am also going to die. See, friends, correct this first error. Spiritual practice has got only 2 steps. Only 2. First step, freedom from body identification. Number 2, freedom from the notion of being a soul in the body. We are not the soul in the body. We are expressing through every body, like the mind expresses through all the organs. There are not 5 senses, there are not 5 minds, one mind. Because the one mind is expressing through 5 sense organs, has it become 5? One man, with the conditioning of his father, he is called as the son. The same man, with the conditioning of his wife, he is called as husband. The same man, with the conditioning of his son, he is called as father. Has this man become 3? Think. And who is miserable? The son is miserable, the husband is miserable, and the father is miserable. When these conditionings are removed, when father goes away, dies away, what happened to the son? Nothing. Because he was never there. That who was never there is becoming miserable. Can there be a better joke than this? Think, friends. Don't get carried away by the same thing. Last life, this time. No, no, no. You are a continuous, unbroken divine presence. Papoham, papa karmaham. No, you are not papi. You are divine. See, friends. Mamaivansho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha. And how the life expresses manashashtani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. Then, when these absolutes start expressing through the body, sense organs, etc., then he starts getting attracted as if, underline as if, in the world. And then what happens? Be attentive. The colors and forms cover the vision. The vision covers the mind. The mind covers the conscious reality that we are. The sounds cover the hearing ability. The hearing ability covers the mind. The mind covers the pure consciousness that we are. So, what we have to do? Get rid of the objects, remove the covering from your sense organs. Don't be a slave to the senses. Drop the sense organs and be free with the mind. When we come to the mind, we have no question about the world. Then drop this mind. And how we drop this mind? Two things. Number one, discipline the mind. Number two, educate the mind. Disciplined and educated mind alone is controlled mind. Simply struggling, बैठ करके, what is happening? Don't disturb meditation on, take a detour. Don't do that, relax. Meditation is not a drill. See? Relax, relax. Don't torture the mind and don't get tortured, relax. But we get somehow, no, I have to do meditation from 8 to 9. And at 8 to 9 is a terrible time. And then when we come out of the meditation, whosoever comes in tomorrow, because during that 1 hour it was a torture. So we take the revenge. See, friends, don't do that. Relax, relax, relax. And once you recognize these two principles, first, get rid of the body identification. So when you get rid of body identification, you will have zero questions about the world and about what is happening in the body. When I sit for meditation, something happens somewhere. Who cares? Don't worry. Let it happen. You have nothing to do with the body. But we get so much centered. Therefore, yesterday I told you, this Mooladhara Chakra, caught up in that means body identification. That is the Prithvi Tattva. Then Swadhisthana Chakra means the desire. That is the Jala Tattva. See? Manipur Chakra is greed. That is Agni Tattva. When we are living in these three levels, the Agni, the Jala and the Prithvi, we are samsari. See, what is the difference between a samsari and a Babaji? Very simple. Samsari होके नहीं रोया और बाबाजी होके नहीं सोया तो क्या किया? Therefore Babaji sleep, eat and sleep, sleep and eat. That's all, nothing to do, nowhere to go. No, I want to realize God. Forget about it, relax. See? Our struggle is like wanting to see our own eyes by our own eyes. Try. I want to see my own eyes. You cannot. See? Therefore, this reality expressing through the various sense organs, etc., gets lost in this prakriti sthani karshati. Then shariram yadavapnoti yacchapi utkramati ishvaraha gruhitvaitani sanyatir vayurgandhani vashayat. And then this phenomena of life continues. Principle is the same. Electrical energy expressing through bulb as light is undying principle. It is not. Everybody is a Chinese bulb, Chinese electricity, it is a communist electricity. Ours is a democratic electricity. No. Energy doesn't have differentiation. It's one. See? And thus the life continues. So neither I, the reality, die, nor the expression of the reality as life die. Life is a continuous, unbroken phenomena, not a personality. And thereafter, Shotram Chakshus Parasaram Charasanam Granam Evacha Adhishtaya Manaschaya Vishayanupasevate. Then, with the help of these five sense organs and the mind, then we start getting engaged, indulgent into the worldly things. And first, we all know, nobody is born with a cigarette in the mouth and the lighter in the hand. See? But then we see a billboard, one useless fellow sitting on a big Honda. Behind him there is a Hondi sitting. In his mouth there is a cigarette. and she does the mantra Agni Supathara, and then the Agnihotra begins. Dhumrapanam Shatagodanam. When you offer a cigarette to somebody, it is equal to giving 100 cows in donation. Dhumrapanam Shatagodanam Ek Kash Ganga Snanam. Then we start smoking. So first we smoke the cigarette, later the cigarette starts smoking us. And then we become weaklings. Nayamatma balahine na labhya. For the weakling, the truth is not available. Be strong enough. No means no. I'll tell you one great mantra today. The mantra is the ability to say no and the ability to listen no in life. See? Like, I had to go every day 3 places to take food. And then, unless I become strong, no, this much is enough. Enough is enough. But the people who are with me, Swamiji, how can you control, such a beautiful food, you take less? I say, look here, you get good food once in a while. I get 3 times a day. See? Have the freedom, the courage to deny the world. See, friends, at the same time, have the courage and inner strength to receive denial from the world. Both. Then only we can become strong within. See, friends. So, adhishtaya manaschayan vishayan upasevate. The first cigarette is smoked with 0 experience. The second cigarette is smoked with 1 experience. The third cigarette is smoked with 2 experience. The nth cigarette is smoked with n-1 experiences. And when n approaches infinite, n-1 is n. Is it not? Thereafter, the cigarette starts smoking. And then we go to Babaji, Swamiji, please tell me how to stop smoking. See, that is why I don't entertain too many questions. Discover your inner strength. Don't be weakling. Therefore, my approach is totally different. In a relationship between the Guru and the disciple, it is the disciple who is important, not the Guru. See, we may glorify Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. What could he do before Duryodhana, Dushasana? Unless the disciple wants to change, Guru can do nothing. Don't throw the ball in the court of Guru. Guru Maharaj, try on me. No. Be responsible for your life. See? Otherwise, we keep on glorifying that Guru, and that poor Guru becomes a mule Guru, carrying the load of all the disciples. Kya ho raha Guru Maharaj, yaar, bade disciple katte ho gaye. No. Discover your inner strength. So, adhisthaya manaschayan vishaya upasevate. Then, utkramantam sthitam vapi bhunjanam va gunanvitam vimudha nanupashanti. But when this life is indulgent, getting lost only in the worldly enjoyment, then they cannot understand the meaning of utkramantam, leaving the body. Sthitam, living in the body. Bhunjanam va gunanvitam, enjoying the good and bad experience in the body. The meaning of this statement cannot be understood vimudha by the fools. Then, pashyanti jnana chakshusha. Those whose eyes of wisdom have opened, they understand. See, friends, has anybody ever written autobiography of a dreamer? As in every dream, there is a separate dreamer. Equally so, in every waking experience, there is a separate waker. Yesterday's dream, I was a king. Day before yesterday, I was a beggar. Do we write an autobiography of a dreamer? In the same manner. Yesterday's body, I was a baby. Day before yesterday, I was a teenager. Is this one? No. There is an illusion of continuity. See, friends. But we keep on talking, when I was young, it happened like that. Be very attentive and practice this sincerely, friends. If you really want to grow spiritually, simple things I am telling you. I am not giving a mala in your hand and make you suffer silently in meditation. Very simple. Don't talk about your past. Because what are we? We are nothing except the mule carrying the burden of the total past in terms of relations and in terms of possessions. Don't talk about your possessions and relations. You have nothing to talk. How much we talk about our past. Constantly. When I was there, when I was child, who cares, yaar? See, that is the reason why youngsters do not like oldies like me. Because old people have no future. They have only past. And youngsters have the whole future to live. They hardly have any past. And whatever may be glorious our life, those who are youngsters, they are not interested in our past. See? Once it happened in a Tamilian family in Delhi. Third floor I had to climb and go. Many years before. Maybe sometime in late 80s. So when I went, I felt there is something wrong in the house. Tension was there. So that Amma said, Swami, give me 10 minutes, I am just preparing garam dosha for you. I said, all right, no problem. I said, and then I said, hey, where are the kids? Come on, kiddies, come out. So the two sons, they came out. And then I said, hey, didn't you buy the new jean which has come in the market, with the jari kathi? Jeans are funny things, Are you not buying that? They kept quiet. I said, I know. Your dad must have said, how many jeans you are buying? New shoes, how many shoes you are buying? When we were children, we never used to have shoes. We used to go to the school without shoes. And you want so many shoes. See? Nange pair jate the. Tumko kyun chahiye? Jeans. Why you want jeans? We used to go without jeans to the school. Now the question is, so I said, hey, now you reply, your dad is telling. Swamiji, he is jealous of me. How come? His dad was damn poor, could not afford. But my dad is rich, therefore he is jealous. Try, don't talk about your past. If somebody asks, bluff. Like I bluff. I am a follower of Bhagwan Krishna. I don't hesitate to bluff. See? Like, in my way of talking, sometimes I say, हमारे पंजाब की बात है. So if there is a Punjabi, they will come and say, तुसी कित्थों आए तो? Then I had to bluff something. I say, I come. Where from you are, Amma? Oh, we are from Amritsar. Then I go in Jalandhar. Jal ke andar. Because if I say I am also Amritsar, then which gully? I don't know any gully. Sometimes Marathi, sometimes Bengali, sometimes UP. And one day I was caught. Sometimes you say you are a Punjabi, sometimes you say you are a Maratha. Tell what is the truth. I said, the truth is, I am a Paratha. Baap Punjabi, Ma Marathi, ho gaya Paratha. Don't get lost in these non-essentials. No need. Try. Ego will disappear. The ego is constantly talking. Give it a chance. Make a firm resolution. Before I talk to anybody on any topic, ask one simple question. Is it necessary to talk? It will automatically become quiet. Then the second thing, we keep on talking to ourselves. We talk to others about our past. We talk to ourselves about our future. I have to go there and do this. No need. The day you drop your past and future, you don't have to do any spiritual practice. And when you are in the present, you are happy. You cannot be happy yesterday. You cannot be happy tomorrow. You can be happy now only. See how simple it is. Then only this dumb thing called the ego virus will disappear from our head. You know, these days the terrible virus, Ebola, it is not terrible virus. The real virus is, usne bola, isne bola, kyun bola, kis liye bola. Arre forget yaar. See, therefore, vimudha nanu pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. The jnana chakshu, the man with the wisdom eye, knows so many things have come and gone. There is nothing new in this world. See, nothing new. Same thing. But we imagine this is the only time it is so terrible. And these people ask this question. The question asking is something like this, You go to, let us take a Pandit Bhimsen Joshi, a great musician. He is no more. Don't go there. Just an example. You go there. And you go and ask him, Panditji, do you like Bangan ka bharta? He will give one. When you talk to a musician, you talk about music, is it not? In the same manner, when we talk to a spiritual person, we should talk about the truth. Instead of that, we ask the question, Swamiji, why this world is so terrible and when your Krishna is going to take avatar? So I had to bluff. I said, look here, he is not going to come, there is a lot of time. He told me. How come? I said, look, tell me, earlier the world was not very bad? I don't think so. Later the world will not be bad. I cannot even imagine worse than this. Earlier you were there? Of course not. Afterwards you will be there? Of course not. Now the world is horrible and terrible and you are there. You are the cause of all the problems. Disappear. Adhyatma means focusing attention on your real self. See? Or else we get lost in these non-essentials. So, vimudha nanu pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. And yatanto yoginashchenam pashyanti atmani eva avasthitam. So, yatantaha yoginaha. Those who are following this inquiry in a proper manner. See? In Patanjali Yoga Darshan, there are 8 limbs of the yoga which are told, yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, pratyahara, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. And the last 3 are called inner spiritual practice and they are called dharana, dhyan, samadhi. When these 3 things are attained perfectly together, simultaneously, that condition of the mind is called as sayyama. Trayam ekatra sayyama. Bhagavad Gita says, Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagarti sayyami. Yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato munehe. Sayyami means the one whose mind is under perfect control. And such a person has a different experience of this world. What is his experience? We see multiplicity as the reality. The wise people see in one reality, multiplicity is only an appearance. So the wise people take this plurality of the world as an appearance and the substratum as the real. And the otherwise people take the plurality as the real and substratum as non-existing. See, friends, vimudha nanu pashyanti jnana chakshusha. So, yatantaha yoginaha enam atmani eva avasthitam pashyati. See, very important. Yatantaha yoginaha, those who are sincerely practicing, they discover the divine presence as their own being. How do we know whether we have reached our destination or not? One example I'll tell you. I was in Kerala. And in Kerala, you don't know which village ends when. It's continuous, houses and population. There is no break anywhere. So we went somewhere and I had to go to some place, evening time, 4, 5 o'clock. And to whom to ask? So there was one school girl. So we stopped the car. I asked, I said, hey, I had to go to such and such place. Can you guide me how to go? Yes. May I sit in your car? I said, please sit down. She sat. And took me. Now you go right now, then now go 2 more, then left, and then she stop here. Stop. She got down. She said, this is my house. Now go back to the same place and ask somebody else. Exactly this is our condition. Don't go and ask anything to anybody. When you live at 0 question level, you have reached the destination. Be attentive. We all have questions about others. We have no question about our being. This poise is possible 24/7. But vimudha nanu pashyanti. The reason is keep on talking about the past. Today I went to somebody's house, they had a small child, maybe 1 year or so. He is not yet talking. I said, don't worry. We take 2 years to learn how to talk. The whole life is not enough to keep our mouth shut. Keep on talking, keep on talking, keep on talking. And this silence happens. You have nothing to ask. It is just we have got the wrong default settings. About anybody, particularly we Indians. Anybody is here, where from you are, why you are born, when you are going to die. Why is the need? There is no need. When we ask, hey, what's your name? My name is Ashutosh Ghosh. Oh, you are a Bengali. Immediately that is. This habit of going into the past has become our second nature. See, once I conducted a camp, management camp, little different time. I said, you come all, the whole family. So there were about 20 of them with their family. So our necktie lectures we will have separately, and then without necktie. The evening we used to sit all together. And I said, now we'll play something, okay? So I said, I'll call somebody and you have to talk something, anything you like, for 5 minutes. So I called one small child, 5, 6 years old. I said, he came. Said, now take the mic and talk something. Anything you like, you talk. Talk about yourself. So he said, I don't know what to talk. See, anything you talk. You have to stand here for 5 minutes. So simple. Very problem for him what to talk. With great difficulty. I like chocolate. First. Again silence. I said, come on, talk. You are giving such a beautiful lecture. We are enjoying it. Talk something. I don't like to take bath. Mommy tells me to every day take bath. Very good. See how nice you are talking. Again blank. I said, talk. You have to stand 3 minutes more. He said, I have nothing to talk. I said, then stand here. He said, I will do shushu here. I said, then go. Lecture over. Thereafter, the second experiment. I called one, 78 not out. Dadaji, you please come. Talk something about you for 5 minutes. We have to call the police to arrest him and take him out. See, shorter the past, minimum to talk. Longer the past, infinite to talk. Children don't get insulted. Elderly people get insulted for anything. When I went there, he even didn't look at me. What does he think of himself? You are not a cartoon to look at you. See? Because the past. When you start living in the utter present, be attentive, you will never get insulted. See, friends, that is living in meditation. No efforts. Relax, relax, relax. Vimudha nanu pashyanti, pashyanti jnana chakshusha. Yatanto yuganaschainam pashyanti atmani eva avasthitam. So don't search outside. And then Bhagavan says, yatantaha api akritatmanaha enam na pashyanti achetasaha. There are two things. One is theoretical exposition like I am doing. But are we living that knowledge? See, friends, talking Vedanta is the easiest profession. Any damn fool can talk. But we have to live that knowledge 24/7. See, friends, Babaji like me, what they will do? They will talk on Gita. You people, ignorant people, listen. Trividham narakassedam dvaram nashanamaatmanaha kama krodhastatha lobaha tasmad etat trayam tyajet. The desire, anger and greed are the gateways to the hell. Therefore reject them. And somebody comes late. And this Babaji becomes angry. Why are you late? So just now, Maharaj, you said that the anger is the gateway to the hell. Are you booked? See, friends, one of the most important things. I'll tell you what changed my life. I was in Calcutta, in the house of Birlas. And that time Swami Akhandanji was there. I was also there. That time I was young. And Marwadi crowd, most indisciplined. Anybody will come, anybody will go and sit. And Maharaji was sitting quiet. Somebody will come and put a .com. Somebody will put a mala. And then somebody got one apple and put on his book, like a paperweight. Somebody will do the pradakshina, all kinds of weird things. And in that crowd, one gentleman got up and read a question paper. Not one. And such a chaos. And that time I was young. My blood was boiling. I felt like go and give 2, 3 somebody. But I can't do anything. Keeping quiet. And in that chaos, Maharaj Shri was absolutely quiet. Undisturbed. And he restated those questions in the same sequence in such a manner that they contained the answer without getting disturbed. That day I told Krishna, hang around. I don't want you. If I have to achieve something in life, is this state. Dukkeshu anudvignamanaha Sukheshu vigata spruhaha vitaraga vayakrodaha titadhi muni uchyate. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan atmannevatmana tushtaha. Be happy. Atmanne atmana tushtaha stita prajnastadochyate. That is all. You take a piece of iron, soft iron, and exactly the same shape and size, a magnet. From the distance they look exactly the same. But a magnet, when you put in a container with iron nails and take it out, it gathers with it so many other. If you put simply an iron piece, it is alone. What is the difference? Difference is not outside, difference is inside. So what we do, we take that the iron piece and rub it against the magnet in the same direction, slowly, steadily. Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jivan mukti, bhajagovindam, bhajagovindam. That is satsanga. And when that iron piece is rubbed against that magnet, slowly the inherent, dormant, magnetic field starts becoming manifested in that iron piece, and thereafter that iron piece is also called as a magnet. Magnetism is not injected from outside. It is rearrangement of the atoms in you. Very simple, friends, it is not difficult. Spiritual life is not a punishment. It's very simple. Therefore, here, yatantaha api akritatmanaha. You may put efforts. Akritatmanaha means when you have not taken care of your mind. Here Atma means mind. Akritatmanaha means he has not taken care of the mind. And what is the mind to be cared for? These three things. Kama, krodhas, tatha, lobha. See? Living in the lower three chakras is hell. Coming to the Anahat chakra is the seeker born. A seeker, when he is born, he takes care of his mind. And when the mind is eliminating all the thoughts, then Atma Khyati happens, then we discover our essential nature. We come to Vishuddha chakra. Vishuddha means thought-free eye. When a child comes and knocks the door, we ask, hey, who is there? He says, I am there. But we are not happy with that answer. I am is who? We don't like I. We like I with a decoration. I am a PhD. If you are Andhra, PhD. Andhra, don't say PhD, they PhD. See? I tell you this PhD thing. We were in Detroit many years before. There was the Vishwa Hindu Parishad gathering. I was also called to address. 3 of us. One was Sushil Muniji Maharaj, Jain Mahatma. He is no more now. There was one Professor Rao from Oxford, and I was there. So they say, Swamiji start. I said, no, let him start. He is elder. He should get the first respect. So Sushil Muniji spoke for about 45 minutes. Then he told, Swamiji, hereafter you continue. So I continued. Then the organizer came. Now I request Mr. Rao to come and deliver his lecture. Immediately Mr. Rao got angry. Excuse me, Dr. Rao. See? This burden of upali is the one which is not allowing us to merge in the truth. spiritual life is not becoming someone special. Discard all speciality. We are like the ice cubes. In a jar, if you keep few ice cubes, you watch them how they are. Everybody has got his own style. But if the same ice cubes, when they melt into their original status, called as the water, then that water is comfortable everywhere. Whether it is a petri dish, whether it is a test tube, whether it is a capillary tube, everywhere the water is at home in the same manner. When we take care of our mind, we are at home, at peace, everywhere. Like I gave example of Swami Khandanji Maharaj. Nothing has ever disturbed him in his life. Nothing. Nobody has seen him agitated, disturbed, angry. Because rooted in the truth. He was never teaching anybody. People learn, that is their greatness. I am not teaching. See, when he was very old, in Vrindavan it happened. So other Swamis with him, he used to help him. He became, with the cataract could not see, and then he had a cancer of the lower intestine. So he was with difficulty walking. So the other Swami will say, no, don't do Namaskar, Maharaj. But people don't listen in India. That is a characteristic of Indians. When it is written stop, you will go. When it's a red light, you have to cross. They are default settings. So this one old man, in spite of that, he came to do Namaskar. So this Swami pushed him and he fell. But Maharaj was cool, didn't say one word. After reaching his room, he asked that Swami who pushed that old man who fell down. He said, let us think. When that man came to do Namaskar to me, you were telling him, don't do Namaskar because it disturbs me, because you have got love for me, is it not? Yes, Maharaj. But he didn't listen to you, therefore you pushed him. Now inquire. You pushed him because he was doing Namaskar to me, or you pushed him because he did not listen to you? Think. That subtle inquiry tells the quality of our thinking. For small little things, it becomes a prestige issue. When I told you, don't come here, why you are coming here? He said, it is not coming there. When I told you, that is important. See, therefore, Bhagavan says, yatantaha api akritatmanaha. Those who are not taken care of their mind, they will not understand this. See, the basic error that we all go through. The intelligence required for studying the worldly sciences is different. And the intelligence required for studying the scriptural sciences is different. See, one day one husband was shaving and started his soliloquy. Oh God, these people take money and see how bad the blade is. There was a plowing of my cheek and blood started coming. When he said like that, do you think wife will keep quiet? Wife, he said, you always complain about everybody. What is wrong with that blade? Just now I have used the same blade for paring the pencil of your son and fixed it there. When pencil can be pared, can't it be used for shaving? Now who will tell that Mahamaya, the sharpness required for pencil paring and shaving has a different quality? Is it not? In the same manner, the sharpness required for the objective sciences is different, and the sharpness required for the subjective understanding is different. See, friend. Therefore, here the teacher says, yatantaha api akritatmanaham na enam pashyati achetasaha. Achetasaha, they have not purified mind. They evaluate, they comment, they discuss, they argue. Such a mind is not capable of knowing this thing. See, friends. And when we have discovered this truth properly, then the teacher tells us, now you practice this knowledge. Now be attentive. We look at the world what we look at ourselves. When I consider myself to be a man, for me the world is man and woman. When I consider myself to be a sannyasi, the world is married and not married. When I consider myself to be Indian, the world is Indian, non-Indian. When I consider myself to be intelligent, the world is intelligent and dumb. See? In the same manner, when I have discovered that the divinity is me, then from that platform, divinity alone is seen in everything and being. Now see what it is. Take one simple example. One child is doing something stupid. Children always do stupid. Now the mother of that child, she looks at the stupidity and glorifies the child. I mean, my Baddu, Dabbu, he is, so intelligent, asks many questions. And the other lady who is not the mother, these children are not disciplined. What is the difference? Mother sees herself reflected in the child. The other lady does not see herself reflected in the child. Wise people do not love the world, they have love for the world. See, love leading to miseries is called as asakti. Love not leading to misery is called as bhakti. Asakti, jasakti. Bhakti, bhakti nahi, tikti. See, friends, and with this experience, then what is that practice? Here, Bhagavan gives us, see God's presence. Yadadityagatam tejo jagat bhasayate khilam yachandramasi acchagnau tat tejo vidhimamakam gama vishyacha bhutani dharayamyaham pushnami chaushadi sarva somo bhutva rasatmakaha aham vaishvanaro bhutva praninam dehamashritaha pranapana samayuktaha pachamyannam chaturvidham sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivishtaha mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha vedaisya sarvai ahameva vedyaha Vedanta krut veda videvachaham. Now this is the practice. See? Like in yoga, you do the practice every day, twist the body the same way. Yoga practice. Do the Surya Namaskar at night. Yoga practice. Daytime I don't get time, Swamiji, so I do Surya Namaskar at night. Even Bhagwan will get confused. See? Now here the practice is, be attentive. Yat adityagatam tejaha. The life, the energy that is sustaining this whole world in the sun, that is my presence. When we respect somebody, and if that somebody comes in front of us, don't we change? If we are shouting, we keep quiet. If we are sitting in a very terrible way, we sit properly. If we are sleeping in a bhujangasana, we get up. Because we respect that person, is it not? Yadadityagatam tejaha. If that light in the sun is my presence, what will happen? We will start our day early in the morning before sunrise. Can't you give some other example? All those who wake up after the sunrise, in the next life, they become bed bugs. This is said in the Katmal Mahapurana. That is spiritual practice. Yadadityagatam tejaha jagat bhasayate khilam. Day. Then at night, yat chandramasi. The light in the moon is my presence. Yatcha agnau, that which is in the fire, that is me. Now see, this is externally we are seeing. Now bring it subjectively. Adhyatma is something like, you see something outside, but something happens inside. Like we go to the temple, the statue is kept there. We look at the statue, do namaskar. The statue is not benefited, we are benefited. See friends, one day we are going to Badrinath. And in Rudraprayag, we stop for some reason, tea, coffee or like that, 2 bus loads. And there was, I was standing somewhere, somebody gave me a cup of tea. And there was one doctor with me, a college professor from medical college. So she said, Swamiji, so many people unknown are coming and doing namaskar to you. How do you feel? So I said, wait a minute, hold my tea. She held the tea. Next lady I told, Mama, stop. Why? She is my mother. I did namaskar to her. When you do namaskar to me, you get 1 kilogram of merit. When you do namaskar to my mother, you get 1 quintal. What you will prefer? Of course there, the whole line was directed. I took my cup of tea and went away. And she was nailed, can't go anywhere now. And after everything was over, when we were going, she became so mad. Swamiji, you are nasty. I said, Mama, I answered your question. When some unknown person comes and does namaskar, kaisa lagta hai? Laga? Friends, remember one principle. When we respect somebody, that somebody is not benefited. The one who gives respect, he is benefited. How simple. We go before the Lord. And we did that, Lord, we only go to the market and buy it from there with a bargain. Krishna kitne ka hai? 2,500. Aag lag gayi kya? Acha Maharaj, how much you want to give? I'll give 2.5 rupees. 2,500. 2.5 rupees. And we bargain and we buy it. And then after that bargain to Krishna, we keep it there. And Krishna, I should get $1 million lottery. Bhagwan laugh. मेरी कीमत कही 1.25 रुपया. So when we salute, when we respect somebody or something, that somebody or something is not benefited, we are benefited. This is how we have to see divinity in and through everything in life. Therefore, what is the spiritual practice? Look upon the world with a respectful eye. Now how to respect? Address people respectfully. Can you say to somebody, Mahatma ji, ek kas ke lagaunga? No. When we address somebody respectfully, our language changes. See friends, this is the practice. Let our mind remain at peace. This is one way of looking at it. Second thing, yad adityagatam tejaha. I told you earlier, Aditya, the sun, the Adhyatmic sun is our vision. So, Paramatma is expressing through our eyes. Then, Chandrama is the presiding deity of the mind. That Paramatma is expressing through our mind as Chandrama. Then, the same Paramatma is expressing through our speech, the fire. Presiding deity of the speech is Agni, fire. So, yadadityagatam tejaha jagat vasete khilam yat chandramasi yat chagnau tat tejo vidhimamakam. So what will happen? Our attention will go away from the worldly objects. It will come to the vision. It will go away from the vision. It will come to that which is expressing as vision through the eyes. This is spiritual practice. If you are in a dark room, can't see anything, switch on the light. Where our attention goes? On the objects which are illumined in the light. We don't look at the light. Forget about looking at electricity. In the same manner, when our sense organs, mind starts functional, immediately we go outwards. We don't come back to the faculties, nor we come back to that which is expressing as the vision. This is the meaning of spiritual practice. Yadadittyagatam tejaha jagat bhasayate khilam yachandramasi acchagnau tat tejo vidhimamakam. So I am alone expressing through all the eyes as vision. I am alone expressing through all the mouths as speech. In the 7th chapter, Bhagavan says, Raso hamapsu kaunteya prabhasmi shashisureyoho pranavaha sarva vedeshu shabdakhe paurusham nrishu. As much Omkar is my manifestation in the Vedas, so much every sound that is produced in this world by anything, whether it is the braying of a donkey or it is the music of a musician, all of them are my expressions. See, friends, go to the root. That is our essential nature. Thereafter, teacher says, Gama vishyacha bhutani dharayamya mojasa. Gam means in the Prithvi. So, I express through the earth as the ojas because of which all the plant kingdom is sustained. Earth is inert. But when we put the seed, how that out of the inert earth, how the seed grows into big plant. It is because of my presence. And he continues that Pushnami cha aushadi sarva somo bhutvar satmakaha. In and through the total plant kingdom, the ability to sustain our life by consumption of the aushadi here means the food grains, etc. The ability to satiate our hunger by eating the food is because of me. Continuing further, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deham Ajrita. I alone digest the food in every being by being the Vaishvanara or the fire of digestion, and Pranapana Samayukta Pachami Annam Chaturvidam. And I alone digest the food of 4 types: carbohydrates, fats, proteins, and whatever is remaining. All the 4 types of foods are digested by my presence alone. Thus, Bhagavan started showing his presence from the sun, far away, then moon, then fire, then earth, then food, then digestion. See, he is coming nearer and nearer and nearer. Ultimately, he says, Sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivishtaha. I am the essence of everyone. Sarvasya cha aham hrudi sannivishtaha. And I will take another 5 minutes. Okay. Sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivishtaha. I am in the heart of every being. And what do you do? See? Bhagavan says, Mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha. 4 things. Jnanam means waking experiences. Smriti means dream experiences. Apohanam means deep sleep experience. Chakarat samadhi. These are the 4 experiences we all go through in life. Waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. I alone support the waker with the waking world and waking experiences. But I don't become the waker or the waking world. I alone support the dreamer and dream experiences. But I don't become a dreamer. I alone support the deep sleep and the deep sleeper. But I never sleep. I alone support the samadhi of the samadhistha purusha. I am never beginning the samadhi and never concluding the samadhi. This uncontaminated, continuous, beginningless, modificationless endless reality is me. Is it not true? I alone support the son, I alone support the husband, I alone support the father. But I don't become the shareholder of the miseries of the son. I don't suffer the miseries of the husband. I don't suffer the limitations of the father, because I know I am man. See, friends, sarvasya chaham hridhi sannimishtaha mattaha smriti dhyanam apohanancha vedaisya sarvai ahameva vedyaha. All the scriptures are meant for knowing who is this aham. Vedyaha means worthy of knowing. It doesn't matter what the world is doing. It makes no difference. Aham eva vedya. See, sarvaihi vedaihi. The purpose of all the scriptures is only for us to know what is our essential nature. This we always bypass. Vedasya sarvai ahameva vidya. And why we are not able to achieve this? Because we have not understood the value and importance of this. We all have the value and importance of money. Has anybody ever said that earning money is difficult, therefore I will not earn money? Because we have got value for that. See, friends, in the same manner, if we have value for this experience and knowledge, you will have no difficulties. Those who talk about difficulties, they have not understood the value of this. See, when we have got value for the money, we have our own techniques. Above the table, below the table, around the table, after the office. See, because we have value for that. In the same manner, when we discover the value for this, we will have no difficulties, we will have no problems. Our condition, like the Indian mothers, the child is grazing like a goat from right in the morning. And who is the Indian mother? Indian mother is the one who likes to feed the child as if the child is a tiffin box. Daba daba ke khilao. And the child has no hunger. But she wants him to eat. The child is also not less. He will come to the dining table. What dish is not there that he will ask? Because he has no hunger. Contrary to that, don't give that fellow to eat anything up to 1 o'clock. No means no. And 1 o'clock, make a tissue paper into a sandwich shape and give it to him. Mom, very tasty, because hunger is there. See, friends, therefore mumukshutva, unless we have the value for this, this will not ever be our lot. So, Vedasya sarvai ahameva vedyaha Vedanta krut veda videva chaham. Then we come to know the Vedantic knowledge is none other than me. Upanishad says, Brahmavid Brahmaiva bhavati. The knower of the Brahman is not other than the Brahman. On a spiritual path and a material life, this is the basic difference. In the material way, when I know this is a mic, I don't become a mic. When I know this is a donkey, I don't become a donkey. But when I know the reality, I cannot know the reality remaining apart from reality. Knowing is being. Sat and Chit. Sat is being, Chit is knowing. When knowing and being becomes one, that is called as Ananda. सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टः मत्ता स्मृति ज्ञानमपोहनञ्च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यः वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम्. This aham is to be inquired into. When we inquire the aham, this aham with the clothing of thoughts disappears, and the thought-free aham is Paramatma. Therefore, the fructification of knowledge is devotion. Knowledge leads to devotion. Devotion with knowledge is bhakti. Devotion without knowledge is asakti. Then we become possessive. We don't belong. You will see most of the places, we become possessive of our Guru. See? I am closer to him than you by 0.1 millimeter. Belong, don't possess, and discover the truth that you are. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.